You've been working in India for the past, what, 6 years now,
Yeah.
2009. So how did that happen? Like from UK, you...
Long story short version, I'm really bad at that. Originally I did a sequence for Hindi Gajini. That was the opening title sequence where it flies through the brain at the beginning. So I did that in the UK. My old business partner, Kamal Khan, just plucked me out of the blue. Just somehow managed to find me. I don't know how. I think it was because I had a medical animation on my show reel at the time, and I was a freelancer. And he was working on that particular show, so he got in touch with me and asked me to do this this one particular sequence. So I busted my chops for about a couple of weeks or so and sent it across. Collapsed and got up the following day and saw the mail. It's like, yeah, it's not what we wanted. Like, what? Oh no. Okay. So I spoke to him for some time. It's like it wasn't the kind of thing. So I was like, okay, fine, redo it. So I redid the thing, and that's the one that was used. So originally it was like one large environment. We were just swimming around it, a few neurons exploding, that kind of thing. It was all just within this brain environment, and he was right. He was right. It was laboured. It wasn't fast-paced enough. So no, it was totally right on that. So we broke it down into individual sequences. So one flying through the neurons, then flying through the wires, and then flying through these cells, and all the way out to the brain itself at the end. So at the end of that, after I delivered that thing, I just casually had a discussion over Skype, and he said, "Oh, we've got this. I'm working on this one film at the moment, which is, turns out it was Magadera." He said, "Well, I've got this one stadium episode, which is coming up. All right, historical piece, okay. I'm a little bit concerned about one studio. It's a big job for them to do. They're currently doing it using this particular process. This is the workflow that they do it, and that's not right. So what you need to do is you do this," and literally just give him like 2 pages of stuff to say, right, just pass to them, it'll come fine, don't worry about it. Day later, I get a mail back or a message back on Skype saying, "Yeah, can you come across?" I'm like, yeah. No, serious. Huh? Okay. So I arranged to travel across on, I think it was Valentine's Day 2009, single at the time, and thought, oh, get away from all this love heart rubbish in the UK and get to Hyderabad airport, and it's just like love hearts all over the place. Like, okay, fine. Straight to RFC, had a nervous breakdown because I was completely on the other side of the planet, like complete fish out of water, really didn't like it when I first arrived. Just felt totally isolated from family, not because of the country or anything, but because I was just totally isolated. I'm on the other side of the world. My God, what the heck am I doing? Seriously, what the heck am I doing? But got into the work, met the director, struck a good rapport with him, met with Kamal, struck a very good rapport with him as well. So much so that we formed the studio, myself, Adil, who built the stadium within Magadera, and the 3 of us struck a rapport. So Kamal suggested that we form the studio, sometime later, and it was great. So finally, I delivered the section that I needed to work on, which was supervising the rendering and the lighting setup for the stadium in the city. So QC'd a bunch of stuff down at Prasadi FX and with 1 or 2 other studios as well, working with Kamal. So much to the point where we were setting up a render farm in the hotel room at Green Park in Chennai. We had like 9-10 machines just blasting out. I'm sure their electricity bill must have gone up. Did that, and then came back to the UK. I thought, that's it, I'm done. I'm not coming back or anything like that. And 2 months later, I got a call to come back. So it was like on a Friday. I do remember it vividly. Me and one guy who works for us now, Badger, we'd had a couple of drinks on a Thursday night and hung over a Friday, sat at, I think, KFC or something in Middlesbrough in England. and Kamal phoned up. Oh, hello, how are you doing? And he's, you know, having a chin wag. He's like, so yeah, can you come back? I'm like, yeah, right. He's like, no, seriously. I'm like, well, check my calendar, nothing on at the moment. Okay, fine. So when do you need me back? He went, Monday. How on earth am I supposed to get back in 2? No, mate, no. I've got to change the visa. Got to do this. Not gonna. Oh, you still got the work visa from last time. You can still come back on that. Re-register when you get here and all this kind of thing. No, Monday's not possible. Sorry, I've got to say goodbye to family and stuff. You know how much problems I had last time and so on and so on. I was back by Wednesday. So I literally jumped on a plane on the Tuesday. So the Monday wasn't possible, but the Wednesday was.
But
yeah.
What brought you back? Like,
it was the same. It was the same job. It was second stab at Magadira, and the director had added some additional bits and bobs. Some shots that was originally not going to have any VFX, he decided to add some additional stuff in. There were some crowd elements that needed to go in. There was some birds, pigeons flocking and flying away and all this kind of other stuff. There was some cape shots in the Dira song. The vortex when Ram Charan throws this thing down and goes up like that thing. And some digital cloth that needed to go in. So there was around about 4 or 5 weeks or something like that I was here. I did not see the light of day apart from popping out for a coffee. That was basically it. So I spent every single day working at Prasad Labs in what we lovingly called the Room of Death, which was literally this kind of confined space about yay big with 9 of us in there. It was like originally there was just me, then there was another guy, and then gradually there was around about 8 or 9 of us in there, all kind of like this, trying to blast these shots out. And again, managed it in the end. But unfortunately, I had to leave the country before the film got released because my visa had finished and everything, and I had to return back. So I didn't see the film until a year later, when myself and Adil saw it in Prasad's screening room. So that was, that was kind of interesting. That was okay. We're sitting forward, saying, "Oh, this is our stuff now." Okay, and grades off. Oh, yeah, that's okay. Okay. Yeah. So that was kind of like how it was. And then to say after the Magadira job, we decided to form the studio. So totally Kamal's idea. We decided, okay, fine, let's give it a go. Originally, we were going to come in as just going to various different studios as consultants. That was the plan. We never were going to, set up a large studio kind of thing. That was never the initial idea. After first meeting there and meeting with our supportive investors, we decided, okay, let's go for this. Let's hire talent. We'll retain the key talent that we want to be able to develop a studio that excels in quality. That's the one main thing that we always try and strive for. The name is bigger than any one of us. We don't want to work on stuff that is going to lower our profile, and we've managed to do that so far. We've managed to constantly raise our game through the support of those guys. It's been brilliant. Developing and assisting the talent that we have, seeing where each artist's pearls and pitfalls are, and guiding them to push into various different areas to try and challenge them and to try and up their game and constantly try and get them to think outside the box a lot and to try and target key talent outside the company to bring them into the fold, to assist themselves and to help them develop and to help the other guys develop as well. So that's what we try and do. We try and retain everybody as best we can. We always look for people who have that enthusiasm to develop, to expand.